Hey kids, so today I'm going to try something a little bit different. My van is a 2005 and the headlights are really bad. The cover of them is really bad. And I've seen all the different videos talking about toothpaste or Coca-Cola or whatever, but I'm going to actually try to use this. I'm not getting compensated for this, so you're going to get a real review. It has a lot of good stars. I'm going to try it, give it the old college try, hoping it works. So you'll get my real honest opinion on it at the end. I am hoping it works because I would like to fix my headlights, right? So anyway, so before we get started with that though, I do have a dad joke for you. Did you hear about the apes that started a company? Yeah, I hear it's a bunch of monkey business. So anyway, let's get started. All right, so as I look at the instructions on it, it has these different packets inside of it. It says step 1, step 2, actually step 1 and step 3. Step 2 is actually, I'm going to end up sanding. It comes with this little unit here that you sand it with, and then you end up, step 3 is putting the coating on. So I'm just going to walk through those steps. Again, hoping it works, so we'll see. I understand you want to have a squirt bottle too, so I've done a little research kind of seeing how you do it, but I'm going to do it for myself and give you my honest opinion. All right, so here's how my headlights look. Here's the right one and the left one. The left one's a little worse than the right one, but we'll see how it works. So put on your gloves, and step 1 is you deoxidize. So you have these wipes in step 1. You have 4 for each side. You can see the gloves weren't fitting me really well, but I went ahead and did it anyway. It still covered my hand, so I only used one glove and just used my right hand for this. And you have 4 wipes for each headlight, so you have a total of 8 wipes, and you just go over it 4 different times, and you'll see that there's yellow, and each time you wipe you get a little bit more off, and you can see that the wipe is yellow each time. Even after I've done it 4 times on each headlight, it still ends up a little bit yellow. Here's the second wipe. Here's the third wipe. And here's the fourth wipe. Even after you use all 4 wipes, you're still going to have a little bit of yellow left on your wipe, so that's normal, just so you know. Now I'm going to do the right headlight, but I'm going to speed through it since you get the point. It's the same as the left. Okay, this is how both of my headlights look after that first step. My left one has some scratches in it. My right one has a few scratches, but not as bad as the left. So now we're going to go ahead and squirt it with a water bottle and wipe it off good before we move on to step 2. I used a paper towel here, but you can also use microfiber, which I also used. So now we're going to move on to step 2, which is just sanding. You're going to use the 2000 pad, which is a little bit grittier than the 3000. So then you just use this handle here and attach it. It just Velcros right on. And then you want to squirt the headlight down good with your water bottle, and then also squirt the pad down good as well. And you might be tempted to go in a swirly pattern with this sandpaper, but don't do that. Just go back and forth just like this. Just going back and forth, and make sure you keep everything wet is what I found. You don't want it to dry up on you. Just keep squirting water on it and going back over it. And this is how I did it. I spent a little longer on the left headlight for me. I went over it and over it and over it, especially with the 2000 grit, because it's a little bit grittier than the 3000, right? And I just kept going back and forth on it because it had those scratches in it that were seemed fairly deep. So I wanted to make sure to do the best job that I could. So I spent longer than I probably would have, or longer than I did on the right. So I just kept going over and over it with the 2000 before I switched to the 3000 for the left one. You can see I went over it and over it and over it, like I said. And you just want to keep everything wet while you're doing this. And make sure you spray the pad as well. Again, you may not need to do this with your headlight if your headlight isn't as bad as mine was with the scratches, but I just wanted to make sure I did the best job I could before I put that final coating on. And then to kind of see where you're at, you want to wipe it off so that you can see how your progress is looking. And I've noticed some scratches in there still, but they're uniform rather than what was there before. So I didn't know whether I should be concerned about that, but I wiped it off and was able to see where I was at. I felt like I should try to get it a little bit better, so I went ahead and went back over it all over again on this left one. Again, I just wanted to make sure it was prepared as best I could before I did the final step. Now I switch to the 3000 pad on the left headlight. Now we're going to do the same thing with the right headlight and just kind of go through the same steps. Remember to keep everything wet during this step. Now we're going to switch to the 3000 grit, which is a little finer to get out even more scratches. And do the same thing, just go back and forth and back and forth. Don't swirl, go back and forth like that. And then just periodically dry it off to check to see how your progress is going. And then I found that there was still some minor scratches in it before I did the final step. And I guess that's normal because you'll see how it turns out. I'm including all the sanding footage just to show how many times I went over it. I'm speeding it up, but I wanted to give you an idea of how many times I actually went over it. Then wipe both of the headlights off really good, and we're going to even blow dry them too to make sure there's no water at all. All right, so I'm trying to show you that you can still see some fine streaks. They're all uniform, going left to right. They're going horizontal, but you can still see the streaks. I was a little hesitant to do the final step because I thought maybe I needed to get these out, but you'll see once we finish it up. Before you have that final step, you want to make sure everything's completely dry. They really emphasize that. So I got out my blower and blew everything dry. Now here's what they look like before that final step. Okay, so I just started from the top and I went straight across and just worked my way down. And they say 50% overlap, so because you just want to make sure you get everything. So all I'm doing is just wiping straight across, and you can see already that it's removing that haze. Pretty amazing. So 50% overlap, just keep doing this. And go slow and just methodical as you're doing this. Just go straight across because you don't want to miss anything here. I think you just want to be careful. Just go straight across. There you go, just like I'm doing here. And look at that. It is really amazing. It's cleaning things right up. So I flip the pad over and then I'm just going straight across, Pretty satisfying. Look at that. It is amazing what this thing does here. It kind of takes out those scratches or fills them in. Looks like a brand new headlight. Okay, I started with the right side just to get the hang of it because I knew my left side was worse. So here we are. We're going to start from the bottom and just work our way up on this one. Slow and steady. Look at that. Pretty amazing. Slow and steady, a nice little pace here. Cleaning it right up. Once you're done with this final step, you want to keep it free from getting wet, and you don't want to drive the vehicle for an hour because you want this coating to harden. So here's before and after on the right headlight. And before and after on the left headlight. Pretty satisfying. It's nice when something works as advertised. Okay, so that was interesting. I was a little skeptical at first that it was going to turn out so well, but boy, did it ever turn out well. I'm really tickled by it. So it's hardening now. So it's supposed to harden for an hour before you drive the vehicle. So I'm going to drive the vehicle, and if it fades for some reason in a week or a month or whatever, I'll try to update you. But right now, pretty impressive. I think it cost me $17 to $20 for that little kit. And boy, those headlights are like brand new, and that's a 2005 Toyota Sienna. So pretty cool. Yeah, so if you have another product that's like this that you maybe are skeptical of, that you want me to try, let me know in the comments, and I'd be happy to try it out if I have a need for that particular product, or I have a project that I'm working on. So anyway, I hope that was helpful for you. Thanks for watching, and God bless you.